We're on beautiful Coldwater Lake at the Boathouse with Chris Nixon, and we have something special we're going to make up here today. Chris, crab cakes?
Crab cakes, that's right.
Now, in making this, one of the things that people need to know is, you know, this crab is not just from Coldwater Lake.
No, we tried that once. It didn't go so well. We fly our crab in right now from Maryland, so we get really nice jumbo lump crab meat. And it's very, very fresh. We never freeze anything here, so.
And that's the same thing that you have with like all, you know, variety of fish and steaks and all that type of thing?
Yeah, we're flying our fish in all the time. We get them out of Alaska, Washington, Maryland, across the globe, everywhere else. So yeah, if it's fresh, we're finding it. There you
go. Fresh, you're going to find it at the Boathouse. Well, today we're going to make some crab cakes. And of course, we've got the fresh Maryland crab. And what are we going to start with?
We're going to just go ahead and put this in our bowl here. And we're going to make sure we season that up like any good chef with a little salt.
Got to have salt, that's for sure.
That's right.
You know, if you're a doctor out there, we're sorry.
Wait till they see the butter later.
Oh, yeah.
And a little bit of Old Bay here.
And what is that?
Old Bay, yeah.
And what will that do?
It's just a classic spice seasoning. We're going to add a little flavor, add a little heat to it, you know, warm it up a little bit for you.
Okay.
So, a little bit of chives we get from a farm over here at Nature's Bounty. Just a little bit of breadcrumb because we just want the crab, no filler.
Oh, I'm a big fan of breadcrumbs. Now, to me, I can put breadcrumbs at.
Just chuck them around there?
Yeah, exactly.
Just a little bit of mayo to hold that together.
Notice I said a little bit of mayo? It's a fair amount.
And a real French Dijon mustard, so it's got some heat.
Delicious.
And some lime juice.
All right. Then?
Just going to bring it together. And we don't want to break up the big chunks. That's what everybody's here for. So.
Oh, the big chunks of crab?
Yeah, that's right.
Now, would people have this as a meal or as more of an appetizer?
We have it as an appetizer, and we have a crab cake dinner where you can get 2 of them. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, either way is fine with us.
Along with some sides that go with it and that sort of thing?
That's right.
All right.
And that's it. All we got to do now is pack it and sear it.
That's simple.
That's simple.
All right, now how are you going to pack it? Hands, do you have something in the kitchen that we're going to go to?
We got a guy who's normally a culinary student who sits back there for a little while packing those up, so we've got a few pre-made.
All right, well, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the kitchen, we're going to sear it up, and we're going to give it a taste and see what it tastes like. I'm sure it's going to be delicious because it looks delicious just like that.
There you go.
All right, we're at the Boathouse with Chris Nixon. Time to cook up the old crab cake. All right, so we're back in the kitchen here at the Boathouse. The crab cake is all patted out, ready to go.
That's right.
All right, so then what's the next step here?
Next up, we're going to get a nice hot pan, which you can see we're smoking, so that's hot.
Looks like you put a little oil in there.
Just a little bit of oil. We don't fry the crab cakes here or anything like that. We just
now did you add breadcrumbs to that on top yet, or you did not?
No, we just fried with what's in it.
That's just what was in that mix.
That's right.
All right, so we're going to take a look at it searing there. It looks delicious. Now, how long would this be cooked, I should say?
It takes us about 5 minutes to make sure it's heated all the way through.
And so really, you're not cooking the crab, you're just kind of heating it through, is that
That's right.
Do you leave it on one side for a certain amount of time, or
yeah,
you just kind of feel?
We're going to go to a nice golden brown, and we're going to flip that sucker over, get a nice sear on the other side, make sure we pop it in an oven for a second and get it roaring.
Okay, so we do one side, then we're going to flip it over. Well, not quite yet, or?
Yeah, 1 second.
All right. So we'll do one side, then we'll flip it over and do the other side, and then it goes to the oven?
Yeah, normally.
Okay.
So we don't have to worry about that part if you don't
No oven today, but that's how it works.
There you go. Yeah, so our crab cake's almost done. What we want to do now is just make sure we get a little butter. You got crab, you got to have a little butter.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to finish that up. About a tablespoon of butter.
Now, will you flip this again, or just do one side and then the other?
We're going to kind of baste it a little bit here, so make sure the butter goes all the way through.
All right, so out of the skillet, onto the plate. Then obviously you'll garnish it and put all the stuff around it. And so it's just that simple to make the crab cakes and make something delicious.
That's right.
All right, we've cooked it, and now it's time for the presentation.
Yeah, and we like to finish out our crab cakes here with a few sort of signature Boathouse ingredients. The first one's a little pickled jalapeno. We call them no-heat jalapenos.
And why do you say no-heat jalapeno? I've never heard of a no-heat jalapeno.
We actually cut out the seeds and the ribs and then pickle it with some white wine vinegar, a little simple syrup, and some water. That lets us take actually the spice out of the jalapeno, and you get a nice jalapeno flavor without getting sort of punched in the face with the hot there.
Okay.
We also got a little diced tomato and diced onion just for some freshness there.
Kind of show people like that. Looks delicious.
And then we have
all fresh, I know that, right?
Always.
All fresh, okay.
And then a little bit of what we call jalapeno gastrique, which is a sort of a sweet and sour sauce we make with the jalapeno.
Okay.
We take some jalapenos and cook them in sugar and add vinegar so we get sweet and sour and a little bit of spice.
A little bit of bite to it. All right, so we got a crab cake here.
Yeah, so our crab cake's all finished up. We're just gonna put a little bit of that diced tomato and onion on top. And then we like to get a few of these little pickled jalapenos on there.
Okay.
And then you just need a little bit of this stuff.
Kind of drizzle it all over.
That'll do plenty.
All right, I'm gonna move these guys out of the way.
Go right ahead. Put on our plate.
Ah, the presentation.
We're set to roll.
There you have it. Crab cakes for you. And again, you can get this as an appetizer, or you can get it, 2 of them, and get it as a meal then.
That's right. We're serving about 30 to 40 a day, so.
I would imagine that a lot of people are like, okay, let's get a crab cake, and you get a fork, and I get a fork, and let's have that as an appetizer.
Yeah, they're the #1 shared plate here, so yeah.
Well, it looks delicious, and we sure appreciate you hosting us out here. Chris, nice job on everything. And again, we talked about all the freshness here with the crab and you know, all the seafood, all the fish, steaks, everything being flown in, so it's all fresh.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me, upstairs and downstairs available, right?
Oh, yes. We use the same ingredients both up and down. So you get fresh fish downstairs, you get local produce downstairs, just like you do up here. Up here, we just have some of our crazier stuff. So our steaks from flown in Boise, Idaho, we've got Wagyu beef in. So, yeah. No, but you can get the same stuff anywhere here.
One of the finest restaurants in all the area, the Boathouse right on Coldwater Lake. Chris Nixon's been with us, our chef. Crab cake has been our entree today, and you're watching Our Community.